You weren't supposed to lose the ability to sit still for 10 minutes. But today, the simple act of existing without a digital screen feels less like rest and more like a survival challenge. We have traded the deep, restorative silence of our ancestors for a 24-hour cycle of digital noise, and our biology is paying the price. Your brain didn't evolve in a world of infinite scrolling and instant notifications. It evolved in an environment where rewards were slow, rare, and connected to physical effort. Today, we are living through a dangerous mismatch between our ancient wiring and a modern world designed to exploit it. For most of human history, input was limited. You hunted, you built, you solved problems, and you talked to people face to face. Rewards like food and social validation required work. Because of this, our brains developed a high sensitivity to dopamine. In a prehistoric setting, a small reward felt significant because it was earned. Fast forward to today, your brain can get endless stimulation instantly. One swipe gives novelty, one click gives entertainment, and one notification provides social validation. This creates what researchers call variable reward. It's essentially a slot machine in your pocket. It keeps your brain checking because it never knows when the next interesting thing is coming. The result? We have broken our internal reward threshold. When your baseline dopamine exposure becomes extremely high, ordinary life starts to lose its emotional intensity. Reading feels too slow, work feels painfully boring, and silence feels physically uncomfortable. We aren't resting better. We are just constantly overstimulated. Our ancestors didn't just have silence, they had a biological connection to the environment that we've almost entirely severed. One of the most powerful habits for a healthy brain is early exposure to natural light. Your brain has a built-in clock, and when you step outside in the morning, it resets your circadian rhythm. This directly affects your energy, sleep quality, and mood. Instead of this natural reset, most of us wake up and immediately reach for instant dopamine, scrolling through news or social media before our feet even hit the floor. This creates a massive dopamine spike followed by an inevitable crash. By the time you actually start your day, your brain is already dysregulated. You feel mentally exhausted while barely doing anything meaningful, because high stimulation and meaningful satisfaction are not the same thing. This is why modern rest often feels empty. We binge consume content, but we don't process it deeply. We half watch videos, half read articles, and half listen to the people we love. Shallow attention creates shallow satisfaction. In the prehistoric world, boredom was normal. But today, we treat boredom like an emergency. We use our phones to avoid every tiny moment of discomfort, uncertainty, or loneliness. The phone isn't just entertainment, it's emotional regulation. But here is the hidden cost. Boredom used to be the bridge to creativity, reflection, and deeper thinking. Your brain needs empty space to develop thoughts. If your mind is constantly flooded with digital input, your own internal voice becomes muffled. You become a consumer of endless inputs instead of someone who can think clearly. Furthermore, this constant stimulation increases baseline restlessness and anxiety. Because our nervous systems rarely settle, silence starts to feel threatening. We have lost the boredom tolerance that is fundamentally connected to our capacity for focus and deep work. The goal of reclaiming silence isn't to live like a monk. It's to restore your brain's sensitivity so that normal life feels rewarding again. We can rewire our brains through neuroadaptation, but it requires intentional lifestyle design. Create friction for the digital world. Behavioral scientists have found that the easier a behavior is, the more often it happens. Companies spend billions reducing friction to make you spend and scroll more. To fight back, intentionally add friction. Delete shopping apps, remove social media from your home screen, and keep your phone outside your bedroom. If you force your emotional brain to slow down, your rational brain can catch up. Delay high stimulation. Train your brain to find satisfaction in normal activities by delaying high dopamine hits in the morning. For the first hour of the day, choose low stimulation tasks. Drink water, walk, or simply sit quietly. Give your brain time to stabilize before you flood it with the world's noise. Practice intentional boredom. Rebuild your boredom tolerance by doing one thing at a time. Eat without watching a video. Walk without a podcast. Sit without your phone. At first, this will feel uncomfortable because your brain is adjusting to lower novelty, but over time, these simple experiences will begin to feel richer again. Shift your identity. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to scroll less," start seeing yourself as someone who values their attention. When you repeatedly keep these small promises to yourself, you build behavioral confidence and self-respect. We live in a world designed to hijack our attention, making sustained focus a vanishingly rare skill. The people who can protect their attention, tolerate silence, and delay gratification will have a massive advantage. Quiet wealth and quiet happiness are built through thousands of small decisions that compound over time. It's about choosing recurring rewards over instant rewards. It's about realizing that applause doesn't pay bills and that your internal reality is more important than your public appearance. Your brain is always learning. The only question is, what are you teaching it? Are you training it to be distracted, or are you training it to be present? Start today. Pick one habit, perhaps leaving your phone in another room for 30 minutes, and reclaim the silence. Your future self is counting on you to stop stealing their attention. If you found this exploration of our biological roots and modern habits valuable, subscribe to the channel for more practical ways to build a better life. And I want to know, which part of your daily routine has become the loudest, and how will you bring silence back to it today? Let me know in the comments. Your attention is one of the most valuable things you own. Protect it carefully.